Hey moms and dads, today I'm going to teach you how to do some in-home newborn photography since you can't leave to go get pictures done. I definitely don't want anyone to miss out on this time in their child's life. So I'm going to teach you using an iPhone and a DSLR if you have one at home to take newborn pictures, just using things that you probably have around your house. Alright, so to start I have just a white fuzzy blanket. I'm sure everyone has like 7 of these at home. This one's just like really soft, so it's just a different texture. Then I have another one that's more less fluffy, more flat, just to have different textures. A boppy, I think every parent has one or 2 at home. And then, so I am using one of my photography wraps. It's essentially just a small thin blanket, but any of the receiving blankets or any blankets you have for your baby is going to work in place of this. I have a couple baskets. This I bought at Home Goods, so you might have something like it at home, just round, kind of big. This is probably about 12 inches wide. Or any type of kind of storage crate. This was probably Home Goods as well, so you might have something similar to this at home, maybe different color or different shape, size, whatever. This is probably about like 14 inches long by 12 inches. Just give you a kind of see how big it is. And then I have our model for today. Shout out to Donna for lending me this. Thank you. My baby is a little bit smaller than a newborn would be, but I have photographed newborns in these, so the sizes should work no matter what. Alright, so the first thing you're going to want to do is find the biggest window in your house that lets in the most light, but not direct harsh sunlight. So it's bright outside. I picked the brightest day of the week to film this to make it easier. So find the biggest window in your house with the sun not coming directly through the window. The sun is probably on the other side of the house, but you just get the brightness but without the harsh light coming in. Hopefully somewhere in your house there's a window along just kind of a blank wall. I did have something here and I moved it out of the way to make it easier for the shoot today. And we're gonna set up the boppy or bowl or crate or whatever we're gonna use today in front of the blank wall, not right on it, but kind of off the wall just a little bit and still in front of the window. Alright, so the first thing we're gonna do is we're going to wrap our baby up. So I'm gonna start with the wrap in my lap like this. I've got a shorter end on one side and then the baby up here. We're gonna pull from the bottom and wrap up the hands and feet up to the neck, and then we're gonna pull the short side over and cover up. You're going to want to do this when the baby is well fed and very fast asleep. And then we're going to take the opposite side and just keep wrapping it around and make sure it looks nice and not too tight, but tight enough that it looks good. And then we're just going to keep taking the excess and just keep wrapping, supporting the neck as if this was a real baby. Any loose fabric or anything, we're just going to tuck in. The great part of photography is the backside doesn't always have to look great, so you're not going to see it. You just want whatever part is facing the camera to look pretty good. So I'm just going to keep wrapping up. After all said and done, this is how it should kind of look. You can just tuck any loose ends, put them in the back. So after I'm done wrapping, I usually hand them back to mom to give them a couple seconds, like relax, calm down. Sometimes they don't always like being undressed and wrapped up again. So I would hand it off to somebody else. Then while someone is off caring for the baby, I'm going to take the flatter of the first blanket and the boppy. And if you don't have nice floors, it doesn't matter. For this part, we're going to just use the blanket as a backdrop, and we're just going to cover the boppy completely. And now you can use the plain white blanket as your backdrop. Alright, so now that we brought the baby back in, we're going to face the top of her head towards the window. And she fits kind of just nice and snug right in there. Alright, now that the baby's kind of nestled right in there, hopefully here she's happy, he's cooperating for you. You can kind of pull the blanket a little bit, just smooth it out. Just kind of give you the illusion of a nice clean backdrop. And then you're going to take whoever has the newest iPhone or Android in your house is going to be the best quality for you. So I have the iPhone 11. I'm going to put it on portrait mode. And I'm going to stay kind of up to this side of the baby. You don't want to shoot up the baby's nose. It's not as flattering. Like, you wouldn't want to give yourself a double chin. So I'm going to shoot down kind of the head. And we're going to do like pretty close up, because we don't want to see necessarily everything that's in your house around. We just want to focus on the baby and get some really cute shots like that. So I have my phone in portrait mode and natural light for the window. I'm just going to come in this way. And you're just going to want to let it focus on the baby's face. You can kind of move around. I like to go over the baby, get some different angles like the head and ears and nose. And then I'll show you guys what I got with this setup. So if you do have some nice floors in your house by a nice plain wall and a window, you're really going to want to play with that, because that's going to be your greatest tool. I'm going to take the bowl this time. Again, it's probably like a fruit bowl or who knows what, but if a baby fits, it's a baby bowl for now. I've got that really soft blanket this time, and I'm just going to fill the bowl up with it. You're just going to kind of have to play around, see how it fits. But you're definitely going to want to leave some extra padding where the baby's head is going to sit. So I've got some extra padding at this end, because again, we're going to want the baby's head towards the window light. And then we're going to grab our baby. And put her in there like so. Again, the top of her head is kind of facing the window. Position her. Hopefully your baby's still cooperating. Mine is quiet as ever. Wow, love that. And then I'm going to grab my phone. Again, I'm just using portrait mode on the regular camera. And this time you can really play using the floors, so you can come kind of more above and get the floors in the shot. Just come from some different angles. Come overhead, and then you can use the wall behind, get that, just focus on the baby's face, and then you can really come from like kind of afar, and then again you can do like really close-ups. Phone's telling me to move farther away, but it'll work eventually. And then I'll show you guys what I got. Alright guys, so that's going to be the easiest way. Hopefully your baby is cooperating for you. Really wait until they're fully fed, nice diaper change, and just really what we call milk drunk, asleep. You can lift their arm, it just falls back down. They are out like a light. That's going to be the best time to try and do this. You can play with textures, different blankets, whatever you have to put them in. The boppy is honestly so easy to use. Try on different headbands, anything you want. Little newborn outfits, obviously you don't have to be wrapped up. They can be in an outfit, anything, just play around. But just remember the window light coming in. If your window's on the bed, you can shoot them on the bed as well. Just wherever works for you in your house. So I know a lot of people have like an old DSLR camera at home, so I'm going to show you some settings to put it on if you want to try and use that yourself. I don't know exactly everyone's camera model and how to change the settings, but quick Google search and you can find that out. But I will tell you what settings to put it on in manual mode that's going to make for the best photos with window lighting. Alright, so with whatever DSLR camera you have, I have a Canon, so if you have some questions for me and you're using a Canon, I can probably help you. Nikon, I'm not so good at. But there's 3 different numbers that you're going to change in manual mode. So one of them is a fraction. I'm going to say try and put at 1/100th of a second or 1/125 of a second. You have no idea what that means, but if you can find it and change it to one of those numbers, you're going to be good. The next number will have an F in front of it. A lot of the lenses are either like 2.8 or 4. If you can kind of keep it within one of those, 2.8 to 4, that's going to be your golden spot. And then there's a last number that you'll want to change is ISO. And for me, taking pictures with this window light, my ISO is at 800. If your pictures are looking a little bit dark, you can crank that ISO up a little bit to a higher number, but try not to go too far. I know that this probably doesn't make any sense to you, but if you can find those settings on your camera and change it to something like those, that's going to be the best outcome for using window light. So I'm going to take a couple pictures of the baby in this setup with those settings, and I'll show you what I got as well. Alright guys, thanks for watching. I hope it helps at least one of you take some nice newborn portraits. Since you're not allowed to go out anywhere, it's a sad moment to lose, and they get so big so quick. So let me know if this helped for you, and let me see the pictures you took. Thanks.